So what does that all translate into for the different technologies and for the different system units that we have? So if we look at the screen here, there's a few conclusions that you can draw from that. As you see on high NA for 2025, we didn't change anything, and the reason we didn't change is consistent with what we discussed last year. Of course, there will be more shipments in 2025 than the 5 that we have here, but given the complexity of the delivery model behind high NA, and given the uncertainties that we have on revenue recognition, when exactly is the point that all of it is there, that all of it has been tested, and that in fact you can say that the system has met all the obligations that we have vis-a-vis the customer. We took a pretty conservative stance and only have 5 systems in here that we recognize as revenue, and that assumption has not changed. Then if you go down, you see a big jump in the dry business. So both in the high scenario and the low scenario, you see that there is a big jump in the dry business. And of course, that is very much a reflection of what Peter has been talking about the mature technology and the huge increase in demand that we simply did not foresee to this extent last time that we discussed that. So hence the big jump there. You also see quite a jump on the immersion technology, and immersion technology really benefits from 2 developments. Of course, on the one hand, on the advanced logic side, immersion there is an important player, right? So the fact that you saw this significant increase on the back of artificial intelligence, automotive, and what have you, for the demand for advanced logic, obviously that is reflected in the immersion sales. But I also showed you that in a number of mature nodes, the 40 nanometer, 45 nanometer, you actually saw there as well that immersion plays a significant role, right? So immersion actually benefits from those two developments, and there you see that go up. You also see EUV go up, and on EUV you actually see 2 things. On the one hand, you see it going up from 70 to 80 in the high market scenario. Again, I suppose not a surprise, because this benefits from a bunch of things. This benefits from the development on the advanced logic side that we just talked about. This obviously also benefits from the tech sovereignty and the competition in the foundry business. So there it's clear that benefits from those developments. You also see that the variability in EUV goes down, right? So if you look at the delta between the high scenario and the low scenario, where you had a gap of 22, right? 70 minus 48 for 4.33. You had that in the Capital Markets Day of last year. That is actually shrinking. And the reason it is that it's becoming clear that EUV is quite resilient also in less favorable market circumstances. So that's why the gap there actually decreased from last year to today actually on a higher base. So that's the 2025 system developments as you see it. And if you then look into what that does in terms of sales, it actually means that the high market scenario that we had last year in the Capital Markets Day has now actually become the low market scenario at 30 billion. And then you see that we've now modeled a high market scenario there at 40 billion, which is a reflection of the unit numbers, obviously, that you see there on the left-hand side, the metrology and inspection units that get added to that, and obviously the installed base business that I talked about in my previous slide.